Although we are expecting some more, since the time has come, we would like to start today's Zoom session. Okay. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Ria Ishida. I am the program coordinator for the Peace and Conflict Studies of the Graduate School of Global Studies. And I am also supporting some of the international students of the undergraduate programs as well. Okay. I hope you are all well and safe despite of these challenging times. It is very unfortunate that we have to start the classes through the online this year. But since all the classes for this spring semester will be held online, we would like to make sure that you are used to using this Zoom before the classes starts. Okay? So, before I go into the main session, I would like to first talk about the three types of the screens that the Zoom has. If you are seeing me as in the center screen, you are on what we call the speaker view. Speaker view is the view that the person who is speaking will be shown, will be shown on the main screen. Okay, so this will be the best way if the teacher is actually giving you the lecture. But let's say that the teacher has stopped speaking and you're now going to have a class discussion. In that case, probably you would like to see all the faces of your classmates. In that case, we recommend you to use what we call the gallery view. And how to change it, bring your cursor to the top right-hand side, and there is a small icon that has a small boxes or a small box, or depending on the device that you're using, it may actually say gallery or speaker. Okay, would you like to change it now to speaker view or to the gallery view by clicking that? Would you like to try it? Okay, so see how it changes. Okay, so if the classes is having a discussion, I recommend you to use the gallery view. If the teacher is speaking, use the speaker view. Okay, and another screen time that the Zoom has is what we called the shared screen. And for today, I would like to use my PowerPoint slides in order to guide us through. So I will share my PowerPoint right now. Okay, so right now I do believe that you are now seeing my PowerPoint slide. Okay, so this is what we call the shared screen. And I do believe that many of the teachers will also be using these kind of screens in order to have his or her class. Okay, so as I wrote here, please note that this meeting is being recorded. The purpose of recording is for us to improve our presentation, and in case some students miss this session, they will be able to view it afterwards. And when we are going to reuse it, we will make sure that none of your personal information will be revealed on the reused video. Okay, so I hope you acknowledge this point. As for today, there's some students coming in, so I would like to invite them. Okay. So, to start with, I would like to go over some of the tools that are being used on Zoom. And at the moment, I have muted all of you from my side. The reason is that since we're currently having a little bit more than 30 participants today, that means that if we have some background noises, it may disturb the class. So the teachers will usually mute all of you when the classes starts. Okay, but I will at the moment unmute you. Okay, so I have just unmuted all of you. Okay, and if I do that, you can mute yourself on your side as well. Okay, would you like to try it by clicking this microphone icon? And if you see a red slash coming in, that means that you are muted. Okay, and so in case you need to speak out, please click this microphone icon to unmute yourself. Okay. To avoid the background noises, again, I will mute all of you again. Okay. So next comes the video. Today, some of you are having your video on, some of you are having it off. It really depends. But let's say that the class is a relatively small class like seminars or language classes. I do believe that the teachers do prefer the students to have your video on. Okay, so in case necessary, click this video icon to make yourself available or turn it off. And as some of you may know, this Zoom has a very useful tool that they call it virtual background. If you don't want to show your background, they have this special pictures and the photos available for you to use as your background. In order to do that, you can click this, this arrow button to see what is available. But depending on the computer of the devices that you are using, that function may not be available. For my case, I tried with 4 of my computers, but none of them worked. So that's why I'm having this whiteboard with a work map on to avoid you seeing my shelves at the moment. Okay? And another point that you need to be aware of is that when you're having your video on and without this virtual background, make sure that none of your personal information are being shown on the video. Let's say some information about your name or about your address, or the background may show where you live. So make sure to avoid having those information being on the video. Okay. The next icon is this invite icon, which you will not be using. The teacher's setting on the Zoom will not allow students to invite someone to the class, so you will not be using this icon. And participants icon, I will go over it later. And share screen, which is I am currently using, and the chat section, I will use it later today's session. And right now, I would like to go over this reaction button. If you click this, you will see 2 icons popping up. One of them is the thumbs up, and another is the clapping. And I don't think the teachers will be using these 2 icons that much, but sometimes the teacher may ask you to react to maybe to his lecture or some presentation. So in case the teacher asks for some reactions, these are the 2 reactions that the Zoom has. And another reaction, which probably you will be using quite a lot during the class, is the raise hand function. And how you can raise hand is to go to this participants section. Okay, click this and you will see a pop-up probably on the right-hand side with today's participants. Name of the participants are being shown there. And on the bottom of it, you will see this blue hand waving. So that's the raise hand function. Okay, would you like to try it and click it? Okay, good. Yes, so probably the teachers will be using these kind of functions when having the class itself. Okay, and I will lower your hands from my side. Okay, the teacher can actually lower your hands from the teacher's side. Okay. And I forgot to mention about these two reaction buttons. These two reaction buttons will disappear in about 5 seconds or so. Okay, so don't worry if you have mistakenly, click that icon. It will disappear soon. Okay, but for the raised hand, it's either the host, the teacher will lower your hand, or you can also lower your hands from your side. Okay. Since we have some time today, and since we have currently having 35 participants today, I would like to have some kind of a virtual class by using these reaction buttons, okay? I will ask several questions from my side, and if any of you are willing to share your opinion or your experience, please raise your hands, okay? The first question I would like to ask is that due to this coronavirus issues, many of us, probably all of us, are being urged to stay at home. Is there any new hobby that you have started by staying at home, which you never realized of doing it? If there's anything you can share, please raise your hand. Anyone? Anyone willing to raise your hands? Share your experiences? No? Oh, okay. Oh, there's Mariano. Am I pronouncing you correctly? May I ask you to speak out? I will unmute you.
Habla.
Hi,
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
hobby.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Mariano, may I ask you to share your opinion?
Háblale.
Oh, about the new hobby. I mean, I'm not Mariano. He's sitting next to me.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, but I'm taking singing lessons.
Oh, singing lessons. Oh, okay. How are you having the lessons, like online?
Yes, I talked with a teacher back in my country, and he prepares himself at I think 7 p.m. and I
Oh,
receive my lessons here at 9 a.m.
oh, really? Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, have you were you into music before, or is this the first time that you're starting it?
I have played instruments before, but I'm not very good. And I'm
Oh,
also not very good at singing, so that's why I'm taking lessons.
oh, okay, great. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else who have started something new? I have been having these questions with the other new students before, and some of them have actually shared that they have started cooking because most of the time they have to stay at home and there's not much things to do, so they realize that the cooking will be the best. Okay. Anyone else who would like to share their experience? No? Okay. Then I would like to go on with another question. Right now, I believe some of you are staying in Japan. Some of you have returned back to their countries during this break and are not able to return to Japan. If there's any issues in the place that you live in that you would like to share, or you're experiencing some trouble, or at the same time, some points that you realize that you would like to share with the others, especially regarding this COVID-19 issue. Some comments regarding how the Tokyo is reacting to it. Is there any comments that you would like to share with us? Is there anyone? Nope. Okay, well, okay. Then another question, well, probably this will be my last questions. I understand many of you are from abroad, international students. I do understand that there are some Japanese students as well. Once this COVID-19 issue is solved, where would you like to go? Whether it's in Japan or in overseas, if there's any travel plans that you have at the moment, once this COVID-19 is issued, would you like to share it with me? Anyone willing to? No? Okay, oh, okay. Aleph, may I ask you to speak? Okay, yes.
Actually, I was planning to go to Hokkaido University to
Oh,
participate in the summer school. It's gonna be in August. I hope everything will end soon before August.
oh, I see. Yes. Well, hopefully so. It's really unpredictable at the moment, but hopefully the things will get solved by then. At least you can be able to travel to Hokkaido.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay.
Bye.
Anyone else who would like to share their plans? No? Okay. Okay, then I would like to then go on to the next session. Okay. Oh, there is this one student who have just sent me a message through chat that saying that would like to go to Japan. Yes, we would like to welcome all of you to Japan once again, so that we can actually have a class together in the classroom. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I will now go to the next screen. Okay, so about the online classes, I do believe you are all current students of TUFS. So that means that you already are aware about the course registration, which is actually having right now. Okay, so first you have to register for the classes. That's the same as before. Do it online. Okay, the important point about this year is that unless you register for the classes, you won't be getting the Zoom invitation from the professors. Okay, when we are having the usual classes, you were able to just drop into the classroom, participate, and decide whether you're going to take it or not. But this year, you cannot do that. That means that you first have to register for the class that you are currently interested in. For this week, if I were you, I will try to register for as much classes as possible so that you can try out many classes. Okay? And after attending the first class from next week, you can decide. And you can also revise your class registration next week again, and you will have another revision session period at the end of this month. So you will have total of 3 chances of changing your course registration. Okay, so make sure to register during this week so that you can get the invitation links from the professors. Okay, so that's on Gakumu. And I do believe that many of you are already using the Moodle for the classes. Okay? Again, you need to register yourself for a certain class to be able to use the Moodle. And the professors will probably using much more than before for this Moodle, for you to download the reading materials before the classes, or sometimes the teachers will use this Moodle for you to submit the papers. Okay? And the teachers will probably be explaining what he or she will be using for the classes. So make sure to participate during the first session of the classes. Okay? And then comes this Zoom. Okay, so Zoom online classes is not only about Zoom. You have to go through the course registration through Gakumu, download your reading materials or some other materials through Moodle, and then attend the classes online. How the teachers will have his or her classes depends on the professors. Okay, some teachers may have all the session on Zoom. Some teachers may have some session through what we call the on-demand, meaning that you are requested to watch the video, which is on the Moodle, or read some kind of a material for one session, and then attend the next class next week on Zoom. So how the classes are organized is really up to the teachers. So that's why it's very important for you to at least participate before you actually fix your course registration. Okay. And as I am currently sharing my PowerPoint slides today, many of the professors will also be sharing these kind of screens with you for the classes. That means that it's better for you to use a laptop with a larger screen in order for you to attend the classes. For today's session, it's totally fine if you are participating with your smartphones or iPads, but for the classes, we do recommend you to use your laptop, okay? And I do believe that you are staying at home when you're using the Zoom. If you're using it outside, make sure to have a headphone, not the speaker that will, make a noise to the surroundings. Okay, so make sure to prepare these equipments before the classes starts next week. Okay. Now, this. Okay, already some of you are using the chat already, but this chatting will also be frequently used by the professors. Okay, one way of them to use it is to check the attendance. The teachers may ask you to type in your student number and your name, maybe at the beginning of the class, maybe at the middle, or maybe at the end. You never know when she will ask you to do that. But I do believe that the many professors will be using this chat section to check your attendance. Okay, so make sure to be used to using the chat. So at this moment, I would like you to type in one information for me. Please type in what kind of devices are you using today? Whether it's a laptop, iPad, smartphone, please type it in. As for today's session, I have made this chat session not an open one. The answers will only come to me so that you don't need to worry about what you're typing in. I'm the only one who can check this, okay? So please type in what kind of devices you are using today. Okay, thank you. Okay, it seems that many of you are actually using a laptop and some are using iPhones, okay. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Since I will be going over this later, but you are not allowed to record a Zoom session, meaning that you need to take notes during the classes as well. Okay, so that's the same as with the usual classes. Take notes during the classes, okay? Okay, thank you for writing into the chat. I would like also to go through some of the other functions that the teachers may be using. At the moment, I am sharing my PowerPoint slides, okay? But some teachers will also use some other sharing functions, which one of them is, which I will show you, is this whiteboard, okay? Teachers can actually write something like this, just erase it, or he or she may actually type in. Oops, sorry. Okay, like this, okay? So that in case the teacher wants to write something on the whiteboard as he or she is in the classroom, he will probably use this function as well, okay? So I will just erase this for now. Okay, okay, and I will go back to my PowerPoint slides again. Okay, so these are the main functions that the teachers will probably be using. And another function is what we call the breakout room. Okay, today we're having 35 participants. And let's say you're having a class and the teacher would like to have a group discussion among the students. Okay, and the Zoom will allow us to do that as well. Okay, the Zoom will automatically break today's session into, let's say, if I want to have it like 7 groups, then we can divide it into groups of 4 to 5 people, and I will ask you to chat for a while. Okay, so I would like you to experience this, and I will give you 5 minutes for each group, and I hope you can have a chat along with yourself, so that you can probably, meet each other, although we're far away at the moment. And one point about this breakout room is that you will be automatically returned to this main session. Although they will show you a blue icon that says return to the main session, you don't need to click that. Okay, just wait until the session is over, then you will automatically be returning to this main section. Okay, so I will break you up into several groups right now. Okay, so I will break you up in probably 7 sessions. Okay, so one group will be between 4 to 5 participants. And I will call you back in about 5 minutes. And once it's became to like 4 minutes, it will show that you will be returning in about 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and then return to the main session. Okay, so enjoy the chat with your friends, classmates, and I will see you again in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, I do believe that most of you are back now. Okay, I hope you had a good time. Probably you were able to meet your classmates, your friends. Maybe some of you were the first acquaintance. I hope you have enjoyed this 5 minutes break. Okay, so this breakout room will probably be used by the teachers as well. So get used to it. I think it's a very good function that Zoom has. So that you will have a more, free discussion with your classmates. Okay, so to wrap up, what you need to know about online classes. First of all, Zoom is an interactive platform. It's not only about watching a video that has been, recorded before. You are requested to react, to participate. So make sure to get used to Zoom before the classes start. Okay, it's always good to, try out with the Zoom. If you have a Zoom account yourself, you can chat with your friends before having the class. And Gakumu Information System, again, this is very important. Make sure to do the course registration. As I said, you need to register for the class in order for you to receive the invitation link for the Zoom meeting room. That's why registering for the class is very important. And you can change your class after the first week and after the second week as well. So you will have at least 2 or 3 chances of attending the classes within the same period. Okay? But make sure to do the registration. And the links for the invitations will be sent to you through Gakumu and also to your TUFS email account. Okay? If you don't know how to check your TUFS email account, go into Gakumu and check how to do that. If many of you are not aware of it, and I do understand many of you today are ISEP students, I understand some are undergraduate and some are graduate school, I will be able to send out how to check, how to have your TUFS email account forwarded to your usual email account. So please leave a comment on the chat session so that I will be able to share that information to you. Okay. As I said before, you are not allowed to record the classes. Okay. In case the internet will have a shutdown or you had trouble connecting to Zoom for a certain class, make sure to, so there's one student coming on, sorry. Make sure to contact the professor of the class, okay? Basically, the teachers are recording the class for such purposes. So in case you had some trouble with the internet connection during the class or had some issues that prohibited you from attending the class, let the teacher know and ask for his or her support in that situation, okay? And take notes as in usual classes. Some teachers may be using the whiteboard function in order to explain something. You're not allowed to record that, so you need to take notes. And lastly, I believe you have been hearing many things about Zoom bombing. Like New York State or Singapore has just stopped using the Zoom for the online classes because there have been many experiences of Zoom bombing. Zoom bombing is something that people from outside will join the online classes with some disturbing photos or disturbing files to be shared on the screen. So make sure not to share the links for the Zoom meeting room to others, okay? The Zoom invitation are being sent to those who have registered for the classes only, okay? So make sure not to forward the Zoom links to others. Never put it on your social networks like Facebook or Twitter. Don't do that, okay? In order for us to continue having these online classes, we need to make sure that the security is being secured for the Zoom online classes, okay? So. I have received some questions about the Zoom and the TUFS, okay? Yes, there has been question about whether what I told about the TUFS account is the college email or not. Yes, your email account that comes with the tufs.ac.jp is your college email, okay? And the same information is being sent to the Gakumu message function as well. So there are two places that you can check for the messages that has been sent from the professor. One place is the Gakumu, and another place is your TUFS email account. Okay? Okay. Okay, I received another question regarding how does it work with the group discussion in 4 to 5 people? Can the teacher access to it? Yes, for the breakout room session that we just had, I did not do that, but the host can jump into each group. Okay, yes, the teacher can access to each group as well. Okay, okay. Yes, I also received some question regarding the link for the Zoom. Yes, it is normal that you haven't received the link yet. I believe the teacher will check the registration after this week's registration period is over because they cannot check it every day and send it every day. So they will probably check how many have registered for the classes at the end of this week, and then send out the information. So make sure to check it, probably Friday evening or during this coming weekend, okay? There has been question regarding, is print screening also not allowed? Basically, yes. You have to check that out with the teacher, but I do assume that the professors will not prefer having the students do the print screening function. Okay. Okay, so at the end, we would like you to try the chat again. I would appreciate it if you can leave me the comment of today's session on the chat session. Okay, you can write whether it was useful or not, what kind of information that you found it useful, or if there's any other questions that you would like to let the university know, or the trouble that you're facing right now, please leave those comments on the chat section. Okay, I would deeply appreciate your candid opinion about today's session. Okay, so please start writing out the comments on the chat session. And while I'm asking all of you to do so, I would like to share one thing with you. I'd like to share one. This is the website of the TUFS ICC group. And if you log in from this session with your TUFS account and your blue password, you will log into this ICC website where you can actually check your TUFS Gmail account. TUFS email account is being run by Gmail. And if you log in from here with your TUFS account, you will see the icon that says TUFS Gmail. And from there, you can check your TUFS account emails. Okay, so try that out once the session is over. I did have some requests from some of you regarding the information on how to check the TUFS website. And those of you who wish to have it, please let me know whether you are a ICEP student or the undergraduate or the graduate student, so that I would know which department that you belong to. Okay. Okay, and I'm currently asking all of you to write your comments, but after this and the classes starts and you're having some trouble with the Zoom, we now have what we call the Zoom Student Support Team. In Japanese, they call it Zoom Sapoto Tai. And I believe you can check the details and the contact information on the TUFS website. So try to contact them if you find any trouble, or you can actually consult with the teacher of the class. For the technical issues, I think it will be better for you to contact the Zoom support team. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. Once you're done with the comment, you can leave this room just by clicking the red button on the bottom that says leave the meeting room. Okay, so I hope to see you all again on campus soon. Although we will be having the online classes until the finish in July, but I hope at least from October on we will be able to see you. Okay, so thank you for joining us. Once you're done with the comment, you can leave the room. Okay, keep safe and take care. Thank you.